Claudia, this was very intense. Like, this is secret paella. Like, we don't want anyone to... Charlie, erase this text. Leave no trace of the paella anywhere, please. We don't know who's going to be looking at your phone.
We cannot have anybody find out about the paella. And I have to tell you, if my 70th birthday surprise is supposed to be a cruise and it turns into paella, I'm angry. I'm angry at everybody. So I just think this is ridiculous. And they're in Miami and you can't find the paella guy? Like, this seems ridiculous. It's not one little thing that they do. It's all these things put together that make it ridiculous and make it a conspiracy, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're turning this, like, search for the paella man into like a 7-part series, like a podcast, the paella podcast. Can we find someone who can make paella? But it's got to be the special kind of paella, Josh, the secret paella.
You know, it is the secret paella, and that was the word I was looking for, because in 18 years of being a criminal trial attorney, not once have I ever heard that paella was a code word for murder. But that's because it was a secret. So it all makes sense now. No, Vinny, you know, this is a perfect example of what we like to call a confirmation bias, where you start with a conclusion and then you work your way backwards. So here you have law enforcement that starts with the conclusion that Donna is the mastermind of the conspiracy to murder her ex-son-in-law. Now, because they're working backwards and they don't have hard evidence, we already know that they had to manufacture a street drama. Now they're making up code secret words about fruit that nobody has ever heard of to try to weave in some conspiracy where she's, again, the mastermind. Look, Vinny, they don't have the goods here. You know, otherwise they wouldn't be doing this chicanery. I think the defense is really going to hammer this home on cross-examination.
Randy, is paella kosher?
No, it's got shrimp, it's got scallops, it's got all sorts of shellfish. But you know what? They're giving the defense, they're handing it on a silver platter. The paella is coming on a silver platter because they're going to stand up and say, that's the best they could do? Paella? They didn't have a smoking gun. They didn't have a confession. They had paella. You don't put somebody in jail for life because of paella, the paella theory.
All right, we'll give you some paella. I've got a side dish of Magbanoa. I got a little Rivera as an appetizer for you, Randy. I can take you over to Dolce Vita if you want some Italian food. We'll go to Dolce Vita. We got that. You know, you can pick each piece, you know, separately. Like, you take the shrimp out, you no longer have paella. But you put the shrimp in with everything else, you got the paella. And that's what prosecutors are doing.
You got to go Italian, huh, Vinny?
What's that?
You got to go Italian, right, Vinny?
Of course. Well, they were Dolce Vita. Claudia King, if someone is planning a murder, they generally, or are talking about the murder, or are conspiring for a murder, they generally don't text each other, when are we going to whack them?
I mean, not in my experience. I've never seen that before. It would be great if they did. And maybe it is kind of what Josh was saying. It is so ridiculous. And maybe that's why they used it, because it is so ridiculous. And I think that they do fancy themselves this criminal family, and they've gotten away with it, you know, at that point, or, you know, up to several years. So, yeah, I think paella for the win.
We're out of time. Randy Kessler, Claudia King, Josh Kolsrud, thank you so much. When we come back, I'll reveal something else you need to know.